Oh boy, here we go again. I don't know what I did to deserve this.
That's the worst coffee ever. Welcome to another one of my videos. Today I will be flying with America's worst domestic airline, bound for Las Vegas in Nevada, from here in Portland, Oregon, at the big pink tower of power. And I need to go.
Oh, if only I knew about the colossal f*** up that was about to happen.
Well, that's the understatement of the century.
Today I was originally supposed to be flying on Spirit Airlines to Las Vegas and then onwards to Los Angeles on a private charter jet flight. To cut a long story short, when I arrived at check-in for Spirit, nothing went right. After receiving my boarding pass, I nearly cleared TSA, but I was stopped and told that my passport information did not match the system. I checked my ticket and my passport number was correct. However, Spirit incorrectly put my passport in their system. Apparently, one letter was wrong. Therefore, I missed my flight. There was nobody at check-in, and they weren't responding to the calls that Alaska check-in agents besides them made. I was stranded. After contacting Spirit after returning to Australia, I got told that it was all my fault, to which I have the original ticket and my passport number is not wrong, and that I would not be receiving a full refund for the flight. Later on, I confronted the same woman, who was later again at the check-in desk after I had sorted out this mess, and all she had to say was, maybe you should have gotten to the airport sooner instead of being late. Oh, I wasn't happy. Honestly, I was not expecting this to happen, but frankly, I'm not surprised. Spirit has turned out to be, honestly, the airline I've ever had I wouldn't say the pleasure, but the pleasure of having to deal with. They've been awful. I have never in my life had to deal with a situation like this before. Airlines are usually on point, but this, I don't get it. Honestly, I was expecting more. Customer service wise. The thing is, I work in customer service myself, and the treatment from the Spirit team, the TSA, and everything in between has been downright disgusting. Frankly, I don't understand how Spirit is still operating if this is how they treat their customers. With no assistance, the lack of empathy, no human decency, shall we say. On the bright side, at least I've gotten to experience what the check-in procedure with Spirit was like. But now, let's go fly with my favorite United States airline. That would be Alaska Airlines, as I fly on one of their Embraer E175s in first class, bound for Los Angeles, California. Portland is by far my favorite city in the whole country of the United States of America. Located in the state of Oregon in the Pacific Northwest and nestled between the Millewitt and Columbia rivers, the city is renowned for its picturesque landscape, including numerous peaks and the iconic Mount Hood in the distance. Being approximately 100 kilometers from the coastline, the seafood here is incredible, and amazingly, it is sustainably sourced, which is a massive thumbs up. I actually tried some of the local cuisine here. I decided to try the clam chowder, which I had never heard of before, and I don't think I've ever had anything like it in my life, and I could never compare it to the weaker examples of soup I have back home. Once I had sorted out the whole mess that occurred, I proceeded inside the airport again. Check-in for Alaska Airlines is located on the left-hand side of the building, besides the airline that shall not be named. As I stepped up to the check-in counter, I decided to try my luck in upgrading my ticket. I was successful in upgrading to first class after paying a further $200 in cash. Once I had received my boarding pass, I turned around and made my way to a different TSA area. If you aren't familiar with TSA, it's basically security everywhere else, but on hardcore mode. First class passengers are entitled to use the priority lane here at Portland, which allowed me to skip this massive queue. No joke, I would have spent a solid hour in that line. Once I had cleared TSA, I turned right and made my way down the departures hall towards my gate. Here at Portland, there are two Alaska Airlines lounges, a fairly large one in Concourse C or a small one in Concourse B in the direction I was heading. Having an Alaska Airlines first class ticket unfortunately does not grant you free access to the lounge, surprisingly. However, since boarding was so close and I think the lounge staff were all curious about where I was from due to my accent, I was allowed to enter the lounge for free. Inside this tiny lounge is very limited seats, with only loungers and tables to choose from. There are no views inside the lounge. Towards the end of the lounge is a very small buffet featuring a wide variety of food, including printable pancakes, tea and coffee, cheese and crackers, jerky, single-serve cookies, nut bars, water, Biscoff cookies, yogurt cups, packets of chips, celery sticks with dip, baby carrots, a variety of soft drinks, a small charcuterie board in a cup, and self-service beer, wine, and pre-mixed spirits. I opted for a Sprite with a Biscoff cookie and an oatmeal and raisin cookie. I decided to also have the charcuterie cup, which inside was a rose of salami and two cheeses, one being American and the other being cheddar. All of which were extremely tasty and quite well worth it. After eating my food and heading to the front desk to chat with the lovely staff, they were very friendly and very eager about my channel. Hi there if you're watching. Soon the boarding call was made and I proceeded out to the gate, to which my aircraft was waiting on stand, which today is an Embraer E175 long range, registered as November 191 Sierra Yankee. She rolled off the assembly line in Sao Paulo, Brazil, before being delivered brand new to Alaska Airlines in January 2017, making this aircraft 7 years old. Boarding commenced swiftly and on time from Gate Bravo 3. Alaska Airlines E175s are in a 3-class configuration with 12 first-class seats in a 1-2 layout, 12 premium seats in a 2-2 layout, and 52 economy class seats, also in a 2-2 layout. This evening I shall be seated in 4 Alpha on the single side. The first class seat has 37 inches of pitch and 21 inches of width. There is a standard tray table that folds out from the right armrest in half and extends. In the seat pocket in front is a safety card, magazine, and an air sickness bag. Above are individual air vents, reading lights, and flight attendant call button. Awaiting at every seat is a small carton filled with purified water. On the left side of the seat you'll find a foldable drinks tray, to which I used to store my welcome drink. I asked for a cup of champagne. The first of many, many drinks on this flight. Below this is a single universal power outlet, which also happens to be next to the filthy floor.
We have 4 emergency stations. Doors forward, 2 doors.
Soon we commenced our pushback from Gate Bravo 3, 2 minutes ahead of schedule.
All exits are marked. An oxygen mask will drop from above the panel above and the overhead panel located in the lavatory. Speed heating will down.
taxied to runway 10 left via Tango, Echo 3 and Echo. Now please enjoy this unedited takeoff. After takeoff, we followed the Columbia River for a while, before clearing Portland airspace and turning south towards Los Angeles. Flight time tonight is 1 hour and 50 minutes, covering a distance of 883 miles or 1,421 kilometers, cruising at 35,000 feet. Once underway, we passed directly by the stunning Mount Hood, which is the highest active stratovolcano in the state of Oregon and is the second most climbed mountain in the world. Once the seatbelt sign turned off, the crew sprung into action, taking orders for dinner. I looked outside and saw the beautiful glowing yellow moon, which I shall be seeing for the next 17 hours. This was followed by dinner, which tonight we had two options, a vegetarian pasta bake or a one-pot Mexican chicken and rice. I went for the Mexican chicken, which came with a spicy tomato-based sauce, rice, corn and beans. One-pot Mexican chicken is, well, it's in the name, made in one pot. This is a really clever recipe for the airline, as you can make lots of a substantial amount of food at a low cost and still have it taste bloody delicious. And who doesn't love juicy chicken and fluffy rice? Whilst enjoying dinner, we passed directly by Stockton in Northern California. Later in the flight, I got another refill of my drink, which I decided on a Riesling from Idaho, which was so incredibly strong. Around 3/4 of the way into the flight, the crew decided to hand out fairly large snickerdoodle cookies to all first-class passengers, which were hot to the touch and tasted very heavily of cinnamon. Later, we passed over Fresno in Central California. On board Alaska's E175s are 3 bathrooms, one for first and the rest for economy. Inside is everything you'd typically expect to find for an aircraft bathroom, including scented hand soap and a baby changing station. Just prior to descent, the fairly decently sized city of Bakersfield came into view. Soon we commenced our descent into Los Angeles. Due to the lateness of the day, there wasn't that much to be seen outside except for the city lights, the lit up engine nacelles and the bright full moon. Landing in Los Angeles, especially from the north or east, is always something different, as the city is vast with lights spreading all the way to the horizon. Now please enjoy this unedited landing. After landing, we taxied to holding point Alpha Alpha via Zulu, Echo, Papa and Charlie. We were forced to wait at a remote holding point whilst an aircraft was occupying our gate. After waiting for what felt like forever, we continued our taxi via Bravo and Charlie 7. We pulled into gate 60, 5 minutes late. As I was awaiting for the door to be opened by the ground crew, there was only one thought that was going in my mind, and that was my next flight, which was to depart very soon. Walking through the terminal towards the exit, all I could do was think about and express my gratitude to Alaska and to my aunt for helping me out in this situation. Without either, I definitely would have been stranded. Interestingly, I didn't need my aunt initially, but my bank thought my card had been stolen when I was suddenly attempting to buy last-minute flights through a shady website, and so my card was locked, giving me no other alternative but to contact a family member in Australia that was currently awake. Alaska Airlines has garnered a positive reputation with not only American citizens but foreigners like myself. They have been recognized for their commitment to customer service and on-time performance, and overall passenger experience. They continue to be a popular choice for travelers, particularly those flying along the West Coast and to destinations across North America. Over the whole time I was in the United States, the crew at Alaska went above and beyond to assist me in my time of need, doing everything they possibly could to help, and I would 100% fly Alaska again. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to check out my other videos on my channel, and don't forget to push that notification bell if you enjoy my content, as I post new content every Friday at 8 PM Sydney time. And I hope to see you again in the next one. See you later!